Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain the concept 7th class NCERT acids and bases. Acids, bases and salts. So in this chapter I am going to divide this chapter into two parts. First one is I am going to explain the indicators. Second, neutralization concept. So from these two concepts, definitely in the competitive exams, there are questions. So competitive exams means all teaching related, TET, DSC and all, or RRB and Public Service Commission exams, basics, because in every exam, basic chemistry is present. So if you follow the NCERT textbooks and all, it will be very, very helpful to strengthen your basics. So first of all, we need to see what is meant by acid. So any substance which has, see, acid is a usually any substance which has sour in taste. Any substance, if you take lemon juice, if you take lemon juice and all, if you take oranges, all these are also curd, all these are also having sour in taste. That's why those are under the category of acids. So now, in recent one of the competitive exams I saw, acid is a word which is derived from the Latin word from the following. Latin word. What is that Latin word? Acere. Very, very important. Acere is the Latin word which means sour in taste. Which means sour in taste. That is what we call it as acid. So any substance which are sour in taste are called as acids. So from acid is derived from the Latin word acere. In recent competitive exams, one of the question is this. Now let us see what is meant by base. So base having any substances which are bitter in taste. Bitter in taste. So, and one of the property of this basis is if we rub between fingers, rub between fingers, uh, feel like soap, feel like soap. So if you are rubbing in between our fingers, no, it will be like very slippery. So we may feel like we are rubbing a soap substance. Such type of substances are called as the base. So this is about the base and this is about the acid. So how do we identify acid or base of a given substance if it is acid? Say for example, I have given an unknown compound to you or an unknown substance to you. How do you identify whether it is acid or base? For this purpose, we have a special type of substances called as indicators. So indicator is any substance which identifies whether a substance acid or base. Identify acid or base. How it identify? Based on color. Based on color. So indicator will give for acids different color, for bases different color. So in acid we have different colors. Different colors. In bases also we have different color. So based on this, if we are adding this substance, say for example, if we are having a substance in a beaker, we have, then if we are adding indicator, whenever if we are adding indicator, if it gives one color, we may identify that it is acid. If it gives another color, we may identify base. So to know these, we need to study some of the indicators. So coming to the types of indicators, we have two types of indicators are there, because we have natural indicators are there, and we have synthetic indicators. So these substances which gives the information regarding whether the substance is acid or base based on colors. So I already told you to the substance, if it is acid or base, if we are adding indicator, it changes the color, change in color. Based on that, change in color. Based on that, we can identify whether the substance is acid or base. How do we have the examples of natural indicators. First one is litmus. Very, very important. Which of the following belongs to natural indicators? Litmus, China rose petals, and turmeric. These are natural indicators. Which of the following is a natural indicators? They will give you option A litmus, option B China rose petals, turmeric, option C and D all of the above. Nowadays in competitive exams also they are giving mostly all of the above, because you need to see all the options first. If you see litmus immediately, if you choose option A, that is wrong. You have to choose all of the above, because all these are natural indicators. Likewise, according to 7th class, we have synthetic indicator is phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein indicator is there.